Now batting, number 17, Heliot Ramos.
All right. I'm going to swing at this first pitch. I'm just going to attack it. I'm going to swing as hard as I can. All right. Here it comes. Here I go. Here's my swing. What? Oh, crap. Oh, nope. Oh, that's going to be a thing. That's going to be a thing. I got to run. 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 Run. Made it. Oh, ball got away. Ball got away. It's going out into right field. It's going out into right field. Oh, the right fielders are going to get it. The right fielders are going to get it. Oh, I can just cruise in here into second. And look out on the outfield. Look at that. Look at the big Coke bottle. Oh, bird in the sky. Wait, what? What's Maddie waving at? What? Oh, coach. Oh, gotta go. Oh, I'm going. I gotta go. Get down. Oh, the ball got away. Out of the way, umpire. Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna run it. I gotta get it. Superman. I hit a home run. I hit a walk-off home run. Gatorade. It's so cold. So cold.
Wow, I didn't realize we had live coverage of Heliot Ramos hitting the Little League home run.
he was mic'd up. Giant cocktails. We had Heliot mic'd up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what was going through his mind. I don't.
Imagine what was going through Jake Berger's mind. Where's our right fielder? Why is he in center field? Oh my God! I gotta go get that ball. Oh man! I haven't run this far in so long. Why do I have to be built like my name? Oh! Pick up the ball. Oh, he's not running. I can get him. Oh crap!
Or Luke Jackson, for that matter. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna get him. I can get him. Oh crap!
They'll forget all about that rubber duck incident from last year. We didn't forget, Luke. We didn't forget. Suck it. Bob.
The Giants are rolling. The vibes are flowing. It's time for Giant Cocktails. Here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to episode 287 of Giant Cocktails. Matthew, did you know that in 2012, the world champion San Francisco Giants hit 287 doubles?
That's pretty impressive. And I think, you know, when they're the corresponding statistic to that is they only hit 103 home runs that year.
Yeah, but they won the World Series. So, like, who gives a hoot?
Good point. Like, I wonder, though, how many teams have won the World Series when finishing last in the majors in home runs? Like, that can't be a thing, right?
No, probably not. But it was a thing that year, right? You know, and you know what they also didn't have? They didn't have a guy who hit 30 home runs. You know, it's just nobody cares. Nobody cares if you win the World Series. That's the point.
And you know, 287 doubles is no joke. So there's that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that kind of makes up for it, right?
It does.
You know, because it's like, as the Giants this year have proved, it's not how you get around the bases. It's that you get around the bases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, that's why slugging percentage is so important, right? Because it's like how many bases you got on your hit.
That's right. Yeah, and Jung-Hoo Lee, you know, he's the doubles machine, and he can't hit a home run outside of New York, but he's still a really good player.
That's right. He's still probably the Giants' most popular player. And
enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
Oh, right. Cocktails.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Bob, sometimes something happens to somebody that you really don't care about. But it's so awful, it's so heinous that you take pity on them. And you create something to help soothe their pain. And that's why today, Bob, I'm drinking a cocktail called the Texas Abyss. What is in a Texas Abyss? Well, I will tell you that at the end of the show. But I will tell you this. It's what a lot of Texas Ranger fans are looking into today.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, I'm drinking something really simple, a chocolate old-fashioned. And for no other reason other than I really wanted to have a chocolate old-fashioned. So, and it's my show. I get to decide what I want. So that's what I'm drinking, Bob. A chocolate old-fashioned. I'll tell you all about it at the end of the episode.
Anyway, today is Sunday, April 27th, as we record this podcast. Your San Francisco Giants went 3-1 since our last episode because once again, they played a 4-game series and had one last game from their last series on Thursday against the Milwaukee Brewers. And they went 2-1 against the Rangers to bring their record to 19-10. But most importantly, Matthew, they also brought to an end their 17-game stretch without a day off. And during that time, Matthew, they went 10-7.
Woohoo!
10-7. And that included a 10-day 3-city road trip. That's in the past.
In the past. But if you had told me, well, I think we did say, I think if they had went 8 and 9 over that 17-game stretch, that would have been a win. I think that would have been like, okay, good. We've survived. But we didn't just survive, Ben. We thrived.
That's right. We thrived and are now the number 1 team in the National League West and the second best team in all of baseball.
Ooh, so I was on a Zoom the other day with some colleagues who happen to live in LA. And I had an orange and black sweatshirt on. And the guy, and you could only see like the top. Like, so the guy was like, "Are you wearing what I think you're wearing?" And I showed it, and he was like, "Oh God." And I was like, "Yeah, what's it like to be in third place?" And shut him up pretty quick, let me tell you.
Yeah. He was all ready to talk some smack about his third
and then
place
he remembered
team.
where he was. I know it's a reflex for them. It's a reflex.
Yeah.
It felt good to just be like, gag on that, buddy.
That's right. And you know what, Giants fans? Smoke them if you got them. You know what I mean? Like the cocktail is cold and in front of you right now, drink it. Because it may not be there. It may not be there next month. You know what I'm saying? So rub it into your Dodgers fans now. And often. All right. Well, what are we talking about besides relishing the Giants' first place status? Well, we're going to recap the Texas Rangers series and the last game from the Milwaukee series. But then we're also going to review the first month of the season. And yes, I know, it's still April. So we're not going to review the first month, but we are going to review the first 1/6 of the season because that has passed. And since I'm a pedant, I'm going to insist that that's when we do the review. Every 27 games. I'm right. All of you are wrong.
Not the first month. The first 27 games. Got it.
That's right. All of you chained to the calendar. Like you're the people that call like the part of the season before the All-Star break the first half. When it's clearly nearly 2/3 of the season. I don't know why they listen to this show, Matthew. How can they put up with me?
I don't know. I barely put up with you.
But before we get to that, we do have a few tidbits to review. Matthew, I wanted to take a moment for us to reflect on the poor luck of one man, Lamont Wade Jr., because he is working his butt off, and I hear the fans out there. They want to DFA him and try David VR at first base for a month.
Oh, and first of all, yeah, they bat from the different side of the plate. But I I've never felt for a guy like I felt for, today of all day. Today he comes up with the bases loaded. It's a big deal. You're like, okay, this is it. He launches this fly ball that looks like it's heading, for the bay. And then just at the last minute, it goes like 5 feet foul. And you're like, okay, all right. Then the next one, he swings and he hits a rocket. Like it is smoking down the right field line on a line. And it hits like 2 inches foul off the wall. And then the third, and you're like, okay, he's dialed in. Maybe this is it. The next one, he hits a hard line drive right at the second baseman. And I just and then he got up again later and he hits a drive into Triple's alley, and the guy runs it down and catches it. And so it just, and maybe even got doubled him off, I think, at first base.
He did. Yeah.
And so there's nobody that has poor luck than Lamont Wade Jr. And I just want to pour one out for him right now because, that poor guy.
I'm going to take a sip for him right now.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Now, you might think because he has bad luck, that means it's going to turn around. But no, it doesn't mean that. Like, this could continue. There's no reason that it has to bounce back. That's not the way probability works, folks.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Matthew, I want to talk about my new favorite baseball player.
Oh, you mean Heliot Ramos?
That's right. Heliot Ramos. He's the guy who comes in after the chump who starts the game is like done. Yep. And then Heliot Ramos just comes in and pitches the last 4 innings and absolutely dominates and usually gets the win and the save because that's when the Giants decide to score all their runs.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with this, actually. Hayden Birdsong can't get a start. Camilo's not the closer anymore. What closer controversy? There's no closer controversy. I don't care what Bob Melvin didn't declare. But I'm totally happy with this. I like this exactly the way that it is. I like it when Heliot Ramos dominates.
Well, he's number 6,075. Right? That's his number?
That's his number, yeah, 6,075. It's hard to fit that on the back, I got to tell you. It's hard to fit that on the back.
Well, but I'm going to rush out and get it. I'm going to go out and get that Heliot Ramos jersey because, he's our best pitcher, man.
Man, we should have those specially made. We should have those specially made. So people can
but the dual head of Camilo Doval and Hayden Birdsong is a sight to behold. And you feel like when those two come in, the game's over, right?
The game is over. They did that twice in this homestand, and they were amazing both times. It was great to watch. And so I am happy with this situation. My 2 favorite pitchers aren't getting the jobs that they deserve, but they're making it work.
All right. I like
Anyway, Matthew, that brings us to our regularly scheduled programming. It's time to talk about the end of the Brewers series as we reflect upon Game 4 of the 4-game series, which, Matthew, we kind of said was meaningless because the Giants had already won the series because, as we declared, the first 1-2 wins.
Yeah, so it was irrelevant. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's right. It was well, no, I don't want to move on because
no, we don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. I see why you don't want to talk about it.
I don't know what you mean. Let's just move on.
I see.
It's old news, Ben. Let's just move on to the Rangers.
Well, I got to tell you, Matthew, Doval Poop just doesn't sound like as good of a name.
No, it does not.
So I can understand. Yeah, Roop was poop. He was. He did not have a good game.
No. But I must say, I was really looking forward to doing another Roop, and then no, he just no. But we can't win them all, Ben. Just at least the Giants can, but he can't. So he'll come back. It's just one game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a young pitcher. He's got a job that probably should belong to the other guy in the bullpen, but whatever. He's got to shrug that off. You know what? Bob Melvin and Buster Posey are going to keep giving him the ball for the rest of the season, no matter how bad things go. So it doesn't matter if he has a bad start. But you know what, Matthew? He kept them close enough to win so that Matt Chapman could come in and bring the team closer with that 2-run homer, which made a game that felt like maybe it was getting a little out of reach.
Yeah.
Although no game feels out of reach with these guys.
It doesn't, which is weird.
Yeah,
like I'm not used to that feeling. I'm not used to feeling like calm when we're down. I'm like, oh, like we'll come back. I can't remember the last time I felt that way with the Giants playing. I mean, I can't.
I mean, I guess 2021 they had a lot of comeback.
Yeah.
wins.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably it. Yep.
Gosh, I don't remember that either. I don't remember how they were in the torture days. I feel like they scored early and they just didn't let the other team score at all.
Well, they had such a good starting pitching that.
Yeah, and then Brian Wilson came in and just oh God, I don't feel good. Anyway, they won the series 3-1, and Camilo, without his other half, no Hayden Birdsong in that one, so it was just Camilo by himself. Comes in and got the save.
Yeah, but there's no closer controversy.
No, there's no closer controversy, Matthew.
No,
there's not. There's not a closer controversy. I don't know why you keep saying that. There's not.
I don't know why I keep saying it, but there is none.
There's no controversy. There's none. There's none. I mean, Bob Melvin didn't declare who the closer was, but he did say we have 2 guys who can get closes. Who can get saves. Yeah,
exactly. And they're that's a good position to be in, but there's no.
It is
controversy.
a great position to be in. Yeah, but there's no controversy. Absolutely.
All right, so 3-1. We won the series, even though we declared that the 4-game series shouldn't exist. We'll take that 3rd win nonetheless.
That's right. And then Bruce Bochy and his Texas Rangers came into town.
His first place Texas Rangers, too. I mean, this wasn't just,
Yeah, with some good pitching, some clutch hitting, some budding superstars, and some of the best defense I've seen since the Reds outfielders were diving everywhere and catching everybody's balls.
What were they? What were they catching?
They were touching they were... You heard what I said. I said what I said.
Okay. All right. Well, game 1 was Justin Verlander.
It was Justin Verlander.
And we've been wondering when we were going to get Verlander, the Cy Young guy and all that. And, we got him on Friday, Ben.
Yeah, we did. He was very, very good.
Well,
I think that's why he demanded a trade.
Demanded a trade right afterwards. Little known fact. Verlander walked off and demanded a trade to the Rockies, the White Sox.
Anyone.
The Savannah Bananas.
That's right. The Savannah Bananas. Anyone. Can anyone get me a win? For the love of...
He's like, does anybody realize I'm chasing 300 wins here?
You know what? I realize it, Justin, and I don't care.
Apparently, the Giants don't either.
I don't. Yeah, the Giants don't care either. Yeah, they're like, whatever. I don't think that's true. I think they do care. I think you can see it on their faces. They looked pretty grim as they were losing that game, as they were hanging out on the rail of the dugout. I was like,
nobody wanted to look in Verlander's direction.
Nobody wanted to. Yeah, and it was like they were really like we couldn't even salvage it. We couldn't even get a vultured win for Ryan Walker, who pitched a very dominant 9th. But there's no closer controversy, Matthew. Okay. I don't know why you keep saying that.
There's no controversy. No, there is none. Even though Walker pitched a scoreless 9th in that game.
Yeah, he was very good. He was very good. He was very, very good, which was nice to see because he hadn't been very, very good in his last 2. So it was nice to see that. But those Frisbees were snapping. And that's it. That's pretty much all that happened in that game. It was otherwise, that game was pretty boring. The Giants got like 4 hits, 5 base runners. It was pretty lame. It was pretty lame. And then, Matthew, on game 2 on Saturday, it was Brandon Crawford Day. The Giants were celebrating the great Brandon Crawford, who is now retired after spending his 1 season in St. Louis.
Did you hear that there was a guy in the audience that actually was wearing a Crawford St. Louis Cardinals uniform? Like jersey?
I mean...
Isn't that awesome? Like, I wish I would have thought of that.
That is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. I can't believe they sold any of those.
You could make any jersey you want on,
That's true.
Online.
You can. But I can't believe that somebody made one. I mean, no offense to Brandon, but I'm just like, who would do that? But anyway, I mean, I guess a huge St. Louis Brandon Crawford fan.
Somebody out there has a Nick Ahmed Giants jersey too.
Yeah, Nick Ahmed. That's who has one.
Nick Ahmed's kids.
Yeah. He gave it to them right after he got GFA'd. But anyway, Brandon Crawford ruined his legacy.
He did. He gave a speech. Everybody was there. Bruce Bochy, Buster. It was great. They clear the field. It's time for Crawford to throw his first pitch out to Buster Posey, of all people, right? And promptly just spikes one in the dirt. So that will be the legacy. Everyone's going to remember that.
That's the last thing that Brandon Crawford did on the field for the Giants. Spiked one in the dirt.
I heard on the radio he was being interviewed, and he blamed the sport coat. It got caught as he was running, and he had no power behind the throw. And it was a pretty cool looking sports coat, I must say. It was pretty fly. But that's what you get for throwing with a jacket. Brandon, you should have just taken the jacket off.
Yeah, look, it's fine if everybody sees your sweaty pits. At least you're not going to put the ball in the dirt. You look like 50 Cent up there. Oh, sorry, 50 Cent up there. I said it like a...
You said it like you didn't know. Man,
I said it like our mother calling the cranberries the blueberries.
Welcome to adulthood.
My bad. Well, anyway, maybe we should talk about the game.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about the game.
The Giants' best starting pitcher was going.
That's right.
The undefeated Robbie Ray.
Yeah, and the Giants are undefeated in all of his starts, which is pretty amazing. And he actually pitched well, so there's that.
Yeah, he pitched a game where he gave up, he only walked one dude, Matthew, in 7 innings.
I think I saw that that was the first time he's pitched 7 innings since 2022.
Was that the first time he ever only walked one dude?
Might have been in his career.
Was. Yeah. It probably was. No, I mean, if this is the Robbie Ray we get for the rest of the season, man, I will be glad. Like, suddenly all of these starting pitchers, you know what it is? I realize that, Matthew, that 1/6 of the season is over, which means it's not early anymore.
Yeah.
We can't say small sample sizes or it's still early. No, you've been sucking for a month, dude. And they got to put up.
They all realize that Hayden Birdsong has been pitching really well, too, so maybe they should kick it into gear.
That's right. And so it's time to start pitching well, and they're all doing that. But, you know, that was a walk-off win?
Yeah. Well, what I liked most about it is that Patrick Bailey's just sitting there, chilling on the bench, and his $160 batting average, I love how Melvin decides that he's the better option over Huff. Bailey was like, well, I'm not waiting around. I'm just, first pitch. Boom. Game over.
And they turned him around, too.
Yeah. Well, yes. Because, he's hitting from the right side. So, yeah.
They turned him around. So we had to go to commercial break. The guy comes in. He throws one pitch. Game over. Boom.
The guy warmed up and everything. That pitcher, he had to warm up. He had to come in all the way from the outfield for that one pitch. One pitch.
Yeah. Little did he know that it was going to get much worse for their bullpen on the next day.
What happened the next day, Ben?
Well, first of all, Matthew, Jordan Hicks started a game, and it was another not great. It wasn't. I mean,
he's scrappy, Ben. He's a scrappy pitcher.
Yeah, I'm.
He takes a couple hits and he keeps scrapping. Keeps scrapping.
Yeah, he keeps scrapping, and but I got to tell you, man, like if the Giants start losing all of his scrappy games, then it's time for something to be done. One of the things that was very concerning about his performance today is that his velo was way down. The strikeouts were down too. Like it was just like I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't good, and so they had to get him out of there after 5 innings, which was fine, because in came Hey Milo Doval's song. And what did he do?
Mowed them all down.
He mowed them all down and got the win because the Giants won in a walk-off. But also something else remarkable happened, Matthew.
What's that?
Our quadruple A player, Christian Koss, got his first career RBI.
He smoked that pitch. That must have felt so good. Like you've been struggling. Your team needs a big hit, and just line that shot out into left center. That must have felt so good.
Do you know that was his first RBI, but it was also his second hit that he's ever had in the major leagues that traveled in the air.
Well, okay. Yeah.
And he's only had three hits, leave the infield. So, but hey, he's getting better. Each ball that he hits is getting harder. He's hitting it harder. So that's a good sign, right?
It is.
I will say this. During the walk-off, I did see that Tyler Fitzgerald had a helmet on and he took it off.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that means that he is getting better and that maybe he was available to hit. If needed.
I think he probably was, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway. But then that led us, Matthew, to the most fun moment that I've had in a long time for the Giants. Heliot Ramos's walk-off Little League home run.
I can really. That's the only type of home runs I ever hit, man. So I felt like now Elliot and I are simpatico. We're like that. Yeah? I mean, he and I both have like one of those hits now.
I don't think at any time during my baseball career, Matthew, did I go from home plate to home plate and score a run.
See,
on a single at bat.
I could make a little contact, not hard, but I could make a little contact, and I was fast. So those two things, I got like lots of those types of hits for sure.
I was the Craig Biggio of my day. I like to get hit by the pitch and then just steal bases. That's how I like to roll, and I was good at it. Good at it. But one thing I like to do, Matthew, is I like to listen to the other broadcasts for the sake of Fraudenscheid.
Yeah, I know you do.
And some amazing things happened on the Ranger side today. On the TV broadcast, the guy calls the play, very excited, but, kind of beside himself. And then there's a long beat after Ramos slides into home plate. And then he just says, "Oh, my goodness." And it's like the "oh, my" is like just excited and he's hyped because of the adrenaline. But then just in that moment, the loss hit him. And he was just like,
Well, I can relate because I was the opposite. Like I was like, oh, and after he slid in, it took me half a second to realize we just won the game. So like, I think I was the exact opposite. Like it was like, oh my God, we just won.
It took the Rangers catcher a second to realize they lost the game too. He was just standing there at home plate, like the ball got thrown to him and he kind of like waved it and picked it up. Because, even though it came in super late, he was just standing there like staring off down the field, staring into the dugout, staring like he kept thinking, nah. There's got to be like, can we can we like what? No. And he just stood there. He didn't walk off, Matthew. It's a walk off, and he didn't walk off. He just stood there while the Giants swarmed around him to celebrate with Ramos, and he was just like beside himself. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. All right, Matthew. So that was one of the great wins of the season. There have been a lot of them, too. That was their fifth walk-off of the season. But all of that brought the Giants' record to 19-10 and finishes the series in which they played their 27th game. So it means that now 1/6 of the season is over. Exactly. Because 27 times 6 is 162. And that's why we do it on 27 games. So now it is time to review the first month of baseball. Matthew, 1 month in, the San Francisco Giants are in first place in the National League West. Half a game ahead of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 1.5 games ahead of the San Diego Padres, who are 3-7 and have lost 4 in a row finally.
They actually got booed by their own crowd today.
Wow, that's rough. Oh, they're losing at home now, and that's why. People are mad. People are mad. Yeah. Well, remember I think they were 12-1 and they just got swept at home. They were 12-1 at home and then they just got swept. So, yes. Yeah. Well, Bob, what are the Padres going to do?
The Padres are gonna Padre.
That's right, my man. Like clockwork. It's like water is wet. The Padres are gonna Padre. And finally they are Padreing. And none too soon, I would say, because the Giants are on their way. But also, the Giants are 3.5 games ahead of the Arizona D-backs. And according to my records here, Matthew, there's another team in the National League West.
No,
The
there's not.
The Colorado Rockies. The Colorado Rockies. They're 4-23.
Yes, they're an expansion team, Ben.
I see. Yeah,
But give them a break, okay?
Yeah,
all right,
expansion team from 1993. But anyway, yeah. So that's where the Giants are in the standings. The Giants have the second best record in all of baseball, just half a game behind the New York Mets. And they are tied with the New York Mets for the most wins. They both have 19. Also, the Giants, Matthew, are 15-7 against teams with a 500 or better record. 15-7. That blows my mind. That is not the San Francisco Giants that I know. Remember, like in the offseason, my strategy?
That's our way to play 500 against the good teams and then just beat up on the Rockies. That was our strategy.
And we haven't played the Rockies yet. We can still do that, and we're like way over. We're way over. If we sweep the Rockies, then we could lose so many more games, and it would be fine. It would be fine. I do want to say though, this stat against 500 teams. Did you know this is a dynamic stat, Matthew? It changes.
Yeah, I figured that out because you had texted me the day before about that, and then I was like, then I checked, and I'm like, well, no, you're wrong, and then you're like, no, because that's the way it was yesterday. Right.
Because yesterday, Saturday, as we record this podcast, the Chicago Cubs had a record of 17-11 against 500 teams to start the day, but by the end of the day, their record had dropped to 14-11. And you saw that and you said I was wrong. And I was like, no, it changed. Why did it change? And then I realized that what happened, Matthew, is that the Oakland A's lost a game and dropped one game below 500. And because the Cubs had swept them, that means they lost 3 wins from their over 500 record. It's a dynamic thing based on the final record of the team. And so it could change. This is a weird stat. It's a weird stat. But anyway,
maybe as the season goes on, I don't think it means less and less. I would imagine because those teams are not the same. But I will put some stock in it now because I feel like this is a true indicator that the Giants are a good team.
Yes, they're not
beating up on the Rockies and the White Sox. They're winning against teams that are winning, and that's the biggest takeaway that I'm getting from this.
Right. Well, also though, just to rain on everybody's parade.
Don't rain on the parades.
As I like to do. That's what I do. That is why I'm on the show. No, that's why I'm
damn it, Ben. Why are you always raining on the parade?
Because I kind of like it.
All right. What are you going to say? Just say it.
Okay. Well, so the Chicago Cubs, Matthew, they lost those 4 games. Well, the A's won today. So they're back to 500. So the Cubs got those wins back. The Cubs
that's all. Okay. All right. Well.
The Cubs are 17-12 against teams over 500. Matthew, the Cubs are 17-12.
So they've only played teams that are over 500.
The Cubs have not played a losing team yet. Okay? So everybody talks about the Los Angeles Dodgers this and the Los Angeles Dodgers that, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Fear the Cubs, man. Fear the Chicago Cubs. They might be the best team in baseball. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Giants. As we said, Matthew, 5 of their 9 wins at home this year, walk-offs. I don't know what that means, but it means they're fun. You know what it means?
It means they're fun. Exactly. It means they don't give up. It means that we are always in the game, which is a lot better than the last couple of years. So I'll say that.
Yeah, it means they play close and tight games, and they're good enough to win those. But also, they have the most wins in baseball when trailing by 2 or more runs at any point during the game. They have won 10 of those games. The D-bags are the next closest with 6. And that's crazy, Matthew. Just a couple days ago, this number was 8.
I've noticed how I'm watching games when we're down early. My whole thought is, oh, it's early. Like, I'm not panicked. I'm not freaking out. And clearly they're not either. But I feel like in seasons past, I was definitely like, oh, this is over.
Yeah.
You know, and so there's something different about this year. And I'm liking it. I'm liking it, Ben.
It means even though our starters aren't dominant, they're like keeping us close. right? And our offense is doing just enough to also keep us close. But then once the bullpen takes over, like that's it. The other team's done scoring runs.
Yeah.
They're done scoring runs. And so, if our
If you
starters...
can be close, they'll keep us in there. Yeah, they'll give us a chance.
That's right. And so, all in all, I think this first month has gone way better than any of us could have imagined or hoped. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I will say this. I think this team is still the team that we thought it was, which is a team that is built around pitching and defense, because the Giants are 19-10, 9 games over 500. But Matthew, at one point, this team, I believe, was 8-1. 7 games over 500. So in that time, they're 2 games over 500. If they had lost today, they'd be 500.
Yeah, but if you finished every 27 games, 2 games over 500, you'd finish the year 12 games over 500. And that's a playoff spot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Don't sneeze on 2 games over 500.
No, what I'm saying is that I think that this team, when it plays to how it normally should, where its strengths are pitching and defense, it's a 500 team. But every now and then, their offense gets hot, and they win a few extra games, and then that makes them significantly better than that. So, if they have a couple more of these runs, then this team is just going to get better and better, record-wise. So,
Agreed.
I think we know what we have. And now we just have to just hope that nobody gets hurt.
Well, that is the big thing. That is the big thing, because we haven't really experienced a major injury yet. So if we can stay healthy, then I think you're right. It's like you win the lottery and then you live off the interest. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. We've won the lottery. We've gotten off to a great start, and now we just got to ride that interest for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Tom Murphy and Casey Schmidt mean that much to you, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was, yeah. I agree. I just playing with you. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think we can understate that. This first month has been nothing short of amazing. And I think now we understand what this team truly is. And they have some flaws, and they have some guys who are still struggling. But I think those guys who are struggling, I generally believe in. And I think that they're going to turn it around. Adames is going to get hot. I think he has turned the corner a little bit already. I don't think Lamont Wade Jr. is going to have this kind of bad luck all year. And that will turn around, and it looks like he's starting to turn that corner. He's a few days behind Adames. And, other guys will cool down. And that's just how this team will function. And I don't think there's any reason to not expect them to continue to be good. Which means I'm going to be really upset if they aren't.
Expectations have risen, huh, Ben?
That's right. You have shown me that you can be a good team, and so now you have to be a good team.
Fair. I mean, that's what it's all about.
That's right. And as soon as one of those starters starts to lose us games, or Lou Trevino gets put into a situation where we really don't want him to be, I'm going to let you know about it. All right, Matthew, it's time to talk about what's coming up. And we know what's coming up. A showdown with the second best team in the National League West. And I know that's not what their record says, but let me have this. The San Diego Padres. Now, we were going to go into their place where they were unbeatable, but they just got swept there. so it's not a little bit of the shine is off of the Padres at home.
I'm glad. I'd rather face the kind of a junked up team than a shiny
absolutely,
teams.
Yeah, kick them while they're down.
Absolutely. Yes, I like that. Let's give them a kick.
So they have no Jackson Merrill. They have no Luis Ariz because Doobie just laid him out. And yeah, I think they have a good chance to just march in there, take a game or two, and then come home for some sweet whoopings of the Colorado Rockies.
That's right. That's right. The expansion team coming to town on Thursday. Ben, the Rockies are on pace to win 24 games this year. The White Sox won like 41 last year.
You know, Matthew, I was looking at the record yesterday for everybody in the National League West over their last 10 games, and it was like 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. And then I looked at the Rockies, and it said 1-9.
Oh, they got a win. They got one. All right.
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
Oh, yes, Bob. Yes. Right. Yes. Do the thing.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Well, Bob, thank you for asking. That is very kind of you. As I said at the top of the show, I am drinking a cocktail that I am calling the Texas Abyss. It is a dark and strong concoction for you to stare in and drink to mute the pain when your team gives up a Little League home run on a single pitch in the bottom of the ninth and you get walked off. So this is for you, Rangers fans, the Texas Abyss. What's in the Texas Abyss? Well, it's a double, folks, and it's a little bit more than that. It has 4 ounces of dark rum, 1 ounce of Lemonhart 151, 3/4 of an ounce of Mr. Black's coffee liqueur. I would actually recommend you go a little bit higher with the Mr. Blacks. If you need to pull back from one of the others because you're a weakling or whatever, fine. And then 4 dashes of chocolate bitters. Combine all of those ingredients in a mixing glass with ice. Stir well to your desired dilution. A lot. You should dilute this a lot.
Yes.
And then strain it into a rocks glass with a single large chunk of ice and garnish it with an orange twist. It's a tough one to drink. It's a tough one to drink. But
you will forget about the Rangers, folks,
yeah,
if you drink this drink.
Yeah,
that is for sure.
You will forget about Luke Jackson and Bob Burger. I don't know what is his first name. Who cares?
I don't do the Texas Rangers. I don't know.
It's his first name is Bob. If with a last name like Burger, his first name is Bob. Bob Burger. I mean, unfortunately, you'll wake up in the morning with a hangover, and the Rangers still would have lost that way. But at least it's something. Anyway, Bob, that's what I'm drinking. The Texas Abyss.
That's a tasty cocktail.
I mean, tasty's relative, right? It depends on what you're looking for. But sure,
Got hair on
yeah.
your chest, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's an elixir, a tonic.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, as I said at the beginning of the show, I'm drinking a chocolate old fashioned. For the only reason is because I really wanted a chocolate old fashioned. So what's in it? I'm using 2 ounces of bourbon, but you could use rye. Rye would go very nicely here. Do a 1/2 ounce of creme de cacao, a 1/4 ounce of Demerara gum syrup, 2 dashes of chocolate bitters, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Going to put all those into a mixing glass with ice, give it a good stir for about 30 seconds, and strain it into a rocks glass with fresh ice, preferably a large block. And then you're going to express some orange peel oils over the drink and drop the peel into the glass, and you have a very, very nice and chocolatey sweet old fashioned. So that's what I'm drinking, Bob, the chocolate old fashioned.
That's a tasty cocktail.
Pretty good. I downed it before we even got to game 1 or game 4 of the Brewer series.
Of the Brewers, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And that's a wrap, folks. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Thursday with more Giants content. If you can't wait that long, you can find us on the socials. All the places. Threads and Instagram and Blue Sky and others. And even YouTube, where you could leave a comment or subscribe and get notifications when we go live. So, just follow us over there as well. But also don't forget to give us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That means a 5-star review would be greatly appreciated. Ben, it was great talking Giants with you. Until next time, Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Matthew. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Giant Cocktails Podcast. Until next time, bottoms up.
Hang on, I'm checking to see if we have any comments on YouTube.
Yeah, you're always gotta check.
No, we don't have any comments on YouTube. What about Spotify? Nope, I'm all caught up. It says.
I was gonna see if anybody left us any nice reviews here. No
reviews, no nothing. Everybody's just nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody listens to our show.
That's not true. We get lots of listeners.
We have a lot of listeners. We have a dude. Let me look at the analytics. Oh my God, we're almost. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be so close. It's a good thing we have a couple extra days. We're definitely going to pass our biggest month ever, which was AI scraping.
Oh, right. I remember that. Yeah,
it was AI scraping. Yeah. But they don't have to do that anymore because they can get the transcripts now. So yeah, we're gonna pass April. We're gonna do that. Did you hear Cole Kuiper call us out on the show?
Saying that too many podcasters were hyping up Bryce Eldridge?
Yeah, he said too many local podcasts hyping up Bryce Eldridge. I'm not gonna name any names. Who else could he be talking about?
I took it to mean they were talking about themselves, but it could have been you.
Oh.
Mr. Bryce Eldridge is going to start on opening day.
Look. It could have happened. Like, I didn't know he was going to hurt his wrist. Has he played in a second game yet? I don't think he has.
I think he did. I think he came back.
Oh, okay.
After.
Well, you know what I find fascinating?
He had 2 games off, yeah.
You know what I find fascinating about that? Buster Posey was all like, he needs reps. And then he gets 1 game and then he gets 2 games off. I'm like, okay, Buster, if he needs reps, maybe you should give him some reps.
I don't see, I think when a microphone gets put in front of a hobo's mouth, they just start talking.
He needs reps. He needs reps.
They just need to stop talking.
Yeah.
Because then it's like it happened with Farhan, right? He would say things and then they would do the exact opposite.
Okay, I mean, here's the thing. If Bryce Eldridge is smashing the ball and just destroying everybody, then no, they're not going to. He needs reps him, right? They're going to call him up. The problem with Bryce Eldridge is he got hurt. He got hurt. Right. That's the problem. That's the problem with Eldridge. Nothing else matters. It's like if he's mashing the ball and he's healthy, then he'll get called up. If he's not, then he won't. And we won't see him ever. Is that funny? I don't know if that's funny. Matthew, we need something for the end of the show. Make a fart sound. Nice. Okay, that'll be the thing at the end of the show. Excuse you.